Hello and welcome to the Psychic Side with John Cappello. I'm John Cappello here on the Psychic Radio Network, the A1R Psychic Radio Network, Earth's #1 Psychic Radio Network. So just remember that. We're also on Moonstruck TV, Lightning TV, and a whole bunch of other places. So you can find us just about anywhere you have internet. So I hope that you'll tune in and watch our shows over and over again. So thanks for being here. And I just want you to know my show is about developing your psychic abilities. And we will be taking callers, but probably not today. But we are going to talk a little bit more about some of the things that I missed last week. And so I want to get to that. But before I do, I want to just tell you a little bit about things that I do. I travel around the Midwest part of the country. That includes Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Kansas. That's mainly my area. And last week I was at the Holistic Marketplace. It was the Easter weekend, and a fabulous turnout. They had so many people there. People were off work, and they were bringing their families in, and my wife and I did the Aura camera, and we just had such a fabulous turnout. They had this Easter egg hunt there, and they just didn't have enough Easter eggs. I brought over 70 myself, and I stuck them all, and everything. And they needed about 1,000 more, I think. They were disappointed that they didn't have enough Easter eggs, and they had a ton of Easter eggs. So there was a big need for Easter eggs last weekend on Saturday in McKinney, Texas. And so we were really happy to see all the kids have fun looking for those eggs, especially the little ones. They're always fun to watch. So I do want you to know that we are going to be moving to 30 minutes next month. This way we can get our content in, and we can be working with callers as well. But as we get the show underway here on the network, I'm still rather new here, so I want to kind of get my audience to get to know who I am and the things that I do, and I just let people know where I'm going to be appearing if they're in the areas that I travel in. Tomorrow night we're going to have our meetup group. It's going to be about twin flames. We're going to have a group of people come in, and we're going to talk about how to recognize twin flames and kindred spirits and soulmates, and what the differences are, and why there's value in these different soul connections. So if you are with a significant other, you may try to determine what type of relationship you have, and sometimes we don't have those relationships, and those can work out just fine too, because it's about learning lessons, and it's about growth, and it's about being happy and finding the person that you can be compatible with. So that's a good thing. Also, this weekend I'm going to be going to Shreveport along with Natalie. She's going to be doing the Aura camera, and she's got her own following over there. People they just look for her, which is great. And I'll be doing readings, and I'll be doing a palmistry class there because they requested it. And so I'm looking forward to being in Shreveport. It'll be my first time in Shreveport this year. Of course, this year's been strange for me. I've had all kinds of obstacles. I don't know about you, but it just seems like everything has flipped. There's new things on Google. There's new things going on with different internet programs and platforms, and my printer went out, and I've had so many different things happen. We were flooded out of our house, just different things, crazy things. So it's just one of those years, and I'm going to blame it on Pluto going into Aquarius, because it's a big momentous time in the world with Pluto going into that constellation. It hasn't been there for 250 years, and it's something that we all need to be a little bit aware of, because big changes. This is the advent of AI, as you've been hearing in the news. In the next 15 to 20 years, we'll have conscious robots in our homes helping us out, and hopefully not taking over, but they'll be there. We'll probably have flying cars by then, and who knows, maybe EVs will be obsolete. Who can tell? But there's just a huge amount of change technologically, and within people have just completely not completely changed their values, but we just have so many new values and so many new things that are coming, and we have to be flexible and we have to adjust to it. And that's what Aquarius is about. Aquarius is about new things and eccentricity, but uh, inventiveness and technology and going to the next level. And people 100 years ago wouldn't recognize humanity today, and we may not recognize it in the next 15 to 20 years because of this new change that's happening with this new constellation. Also, we talked a little bit about the corruption in the United States government. That is still unfolding, and we're in the last throes of it. We may be the beginning of a very difficult period for the United States as Pluto kind of goes back and forth between Aquarius and Capricorn, and when it does that, it's going to be revealing a lot of things. So keep your hat on. Just be flexible and be patient, and we'll get through it. So the good news is that once we're through this and it settles into Aquarius, we should see some more stability and good time, better times, better time. At least that's my hope. So um, I want to go back to the things I was talking about last week, because last week I didn't quite finish talking about clairaudience. And clairaudience has its own special nuances. So many people say they don't have that gift of clairaudience. And I want people to realize that it's just a matter of paying attention, because there's often whispers in our ears, and often a voice that is not our inner voice. And the voice that is our inner voice can be very psychic, but the voice that's not our inner voice can be actually a loved one or an angel or another entity that's trying to reach us. And as long as they're saying good things to us, it's not schizophrenia. It's something that we should pay attention to and make note of. But with clairaudience, you can actually you hear sometimes the thoughts of others. You can hear the color of a person's aura. You can get mantras about how to react to different people in different situations. And you can hear early warnings of an action that needs to be taken. You can hear issues about a person's past, like they've been abused or they're going through a difficult time, they're present, or maybe this is someone that is going to do great things. You know, you may get that hear that in your mind, in your head. You can hear those crossed over loved ones, that mediumship. But sometimes you can also hear a direct voice. It's called direct voice. Direct voice is that part of clairaudience where there's a kind of a disembodied voice. I heard it just the other day, but usually it's one word like "watch out" or "hello" or just different words that just might come out of nowhere. And you're not crazy when that happens. It just happens, and it just is a sign to let you know that spirit is around you, and that you are experiencing a psychic impression. Then there's one that's very special. It's called the divine ear, and it's about hearing the voice of God. And you hear this a lot from a lot of preachers that might be on television. They will say, "Oh, God told me this," or they had a conversation with God, and I want to believe them, and because I feel like it can be very real. I know that I feel like I've heard the voice of God, and it was in a very difficult time of my life, but it was very profound, and there was no mistake in my mind that that's what it was. So I would hope that you would allow that to be a possibility for you. as far as hearing the voice of God. Another thing is that you can hear different sounds which may be symbolic for you. And a symbolic sound, whether it's a train or a bell or something like that, the symbols of those sounds can indicate specific situations. They can be predictable about different events because we're all different, and when are developing our psychic abilities, it means you have to learn about yourself and you have to learn about what's important to you. And that's why you need to give credence to the things that you hear. Now, the final thing is remote hearing. Remote hearing is another part of clairaudience because from my opinion, we have three different types of senses. We have our physical senses, we have our psychic senses, and we have our remote psychic senses. And remote viewing gets most of the press, so to speak, but we have the other psychic senses that can give us information too that is beyond our personal space. So anything that's beyond your personal space would be a remote psychic impression. So we're already getting ready to close our program today, and I want to thank you for being here. And I want you to learn to pay attention to your clairaudience because you do have it. It's just a matter of trying to develop it. It's one of the more difficult psychic senses to develop. Usually these folks are a little more skeptical than others. They like detail. They want you to explain to them with specifics. And they're the type of people that you may have to be a little more patient with because they may not want to believe what you're trying to say to them. So we also want to thank Miracles of Joy once again for being our sponsor. Don't forget to use your promo code PS-0223, and we want to let you know we appreciate them. We hope that you'll join us next week for another version of our program. Please like me on Facebook. Go to John Cappello Psychic and like my page. You can keep up with what I'm doing there. And just let me know, just send me a little message saying, hey, we heard you on the radio. That's always very much appreciated. So once again, thanks a lot. We'll be here next week with another edition of our program. We're going to be talking a little bit about claircognizance. So I know you'll be excited about that. So here we are, here on the psychic side. I'm John Cappello, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.